Three guys walk into the classroom that night at the jail. And the first had been sentenced to life in prison. The second was dying of cancer. And the third was a young man who had been shot through the chin up through the back of his head and had all kind of mental issues. And I didn't know what to say or what to do. So I said, can we just pray? And we laid hands on the guy that was dying of cancer. And we each prayed. And the man who was sentenced to life in prison prayed the kindest prayer. He said that his fate was the worst fate of all. His cross was the hardest cross to bear. And then we prayed for the guy who had been sentenced to life, and the cancer patient said, no, yours is the hardest cross to bear. And the young man who had mental health issues because of this bullet wound, we prayed over him, and the other two said he had the toughest cross to bear because the rest of his life he would face these issues. It reminded me of a story of the guy who's carrying his cross, and he goes up to Jesus and he says, I don't like this cross, I'd like to get another one. Jesus opened the door to a room, and the room was filled with crosses. Jesus said, no, pick one out. And so he goes around the room, and the first cross is too short, and the next one's too tall, and the next one's too thick, and the next one's too thin. By the time he gets back to Jesus, he says, I found the one I want. I want this one. And Jesus said, that's the cross you came in with. When we think that our crosses are too heavy to bear, there are others that have even heavier crosses.